Hey friend, if you clicked on this, there's a good chance you're tired. Not just I need a coffee tired, but deep down, worn out tired. The kind of tired that comes from always being needed, always being on, always being the one who holds everything together. Today, I wanted to talk about mom guilt and why self-care is not selfish, even when life is pulling you in 1,000 different directions. Let's be honest for a second. Mom guilt shows up in a lot of ways. It whispers things like, you should be doing more. You shouldn't need a break. Other moms handle this better than you. And it doesn't matter what season you're in. If you're raising little kids, you feel guilty for wanting to be quiet. If you're raising teenagers, you feel guilty for missing the days when they needed you more. If you're parenting a child with a chronic illness, you feel guilt for being tired of being strong. If you're caring for aging parents, you feel guilty for being overwhelmed, for something you never asked to carry. Different seasons, same heavy guilt. Let me say this clearly. If you feel drained, it doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human. You weren't designed to pour endlessly without ever being filled back up. You're not a machine. You're a person with a nervous system, emotions, limits, and a heart that gets tired. And still, most of us treat ourselves like we're supposed to run on empty, and somehow be grateful for it. Here's something I had to learn the hard way. Self-care isn't a reward, getting everything done. It's a requirement for continuing. Not the Instagram version of self-care, not the expensive spa days, not the I'll take care of myself and life calms down kind of. Because let's be honest, life rarely calms down on its own. Real self-care looks like small, honest things. It looks like sitting in your car for 2 extra minutes before going inside, taking a quiet shower without rushing, saying no to not one more thing, letting the laundry wait, asking for help, and not apologizing for it. It looks like choosing to breathe when everything feels urgent. Here's the truth most moms need to hear. Your needs matter, even when other people's needs are louder. Your exhaustion is valid, even if someone else has it worse. Your desire for rest doesn't mean you love your family less. It means you love yourself enough to stay whole. You don't have to suffer to be a good mom. You don't have to disappear to be a good caregiver. You don't have to earn rest by breaking yourself first. Let's talk about guilt for a moment. Guilt is tricky because sometimes it shows up wearing the costume of responsibility. It says, if I take time for myself, I'm being selfish. But here's the reframe. When you take care of yourself, you're actually protecting your family from the version of you that's burnt out, resentful, snappy, numb, or running on fumes. Your family doesn't need a perfect mom. They need a present mom when you're exhausted all the time. If you're caring for a child with chronic illness, I see you. The appointments, the medications, the worry that never fully shuts off. If you're raising teenagers, I see you. The emotional weight, the constant guessing if you're doing it right, the feeling of being needed and pushed away at the same time. If you're caring for aging parents, I see you. The role reversal, the grief mixed with responsibility, the quiet pressure to be strong for everyone else. If you're carrying a lot, and carrying a lot gets heavy, here's a gentle question you can ask yourself. What do I need right now? As a mom, not as a mom, not as a caregiver, but as a person. Maybe the answer is rest. Maybe it's quiet. Maybe it's laughter. Maybe it's movement. But it's honestly about how tired you actually are. You are allowed to name what you need without minimizing it. You're allowed to take space in your own life. Let's make this practical. Here's a tiny self-care reset you can try this week. Pick one small thing, not 10 things, not a full life overhaul, just one. one boundary, one moment of quiet, one walk around the block, one honest conversation, one early bedtime. And when the guilt shows up, because it probably will, say this to yourself: I'm not abandoning my family. I'm choosing to stay well for them. If no one has told you this lately, let me be the one. You're doing more than you realize. You're holding more than people see, and you deserve care too. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to justify your limits. You don't have to apologize for being human. You matter. Your needs matter. Your well-being matters. Before you go, I want you to hear this and take it with you today. You're allowed to take care of yourself in the middle of taking care of everyone else. Not later, not when life gets easier, now. If this message spoke to you, you're not alone. There's a whole community of women learning to rise even when life feels heavy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting yourself be seen today. And if you're building your life back one small moment at a time, you're in the right place. If this helped you feel a little better today, tap that bell, like and subscribe, and join me here at Rising from Ashes with Mel.